Welcome. This is our March 2025 Building a Business solo episode, where I talk honestly about the ups and the downs of building Red Cactus Events and our new business, Shizzoo Media. I'm attempting to take our businesses from 1.5 million turnover in 2025 to a 5 million turnover business, hopefully by the year 2030. I thought it would be interesting for those of you growing a business to hear what we're up to each month as we try to achieve this. So this month, as in the month of March, Red Cactus Events have felt the effects of a sluggish economy. So companies are holding on to their money for longer and budgets are under pressure or being slashed completely. We've had companies cancel or just not pay invoices due to essentially finance completely removing the budget. Despite the gloom and doom, I always believe you can only control your own economy. And I still believe that corporate entertainment has become more of a requirement than a luxury in today's market. Red Cactus Events in the March 2025 has exceeded its target for March. And despite the challenge, we've also exceeded our Q1 target. So as it's one of our quieter quarters, it's really pleasing that we've started the year with a positive return. So what else have we been doing? We've also continued our expansion plans and we've now leased a second unit in Rotherham. So we completed the handover on Friday. We now have units in the south, which is in our Oxford location, and also in the north. And that enables us to cover the whole country for the team building and corporate entertainment that we offer. So this year we're planning to deliver 50% more events than we did in 2024. And this is a dramatic increase to what we've done the year before that. So it is quite a big increase in what we're looking to deliver. So March for me is always a bit of a tough month. It's exactly 5 years since COVID. And as many of you will know, 5 years ago, the world was very different and we were shut down as a business. At that point, we were actually an events agency. And we outsourced a lot of our entertainment to companies all over the UK. Since 2021, we started building our own in-house entertainment as we essentially found out that companies wanted more fun, entertaining, energizing events. And we've been delivering these all over the country since then. And as a result, we've actually grown the business significantly. We're now up to around 20 people and we're year on year about 50% up in corporate events compared to the previous year. So what else have I been up to in March? So we created a lot more of content for team building experiences. Team building experiences is our corporate brand within Red Cactus Events. I've also personally filmed 5 podcasts for We Built This Business and also filmed 3 vlogs. So these video logs are actually me going out on events and showing essentially behind the scenes of what goes on in Red Cactus Events. The other thing we've been looking at to do with marketing as well as the content is creating content for meta ads. So we have traditionally got our clients through pay-per-click advertising or organic traffic, but now we've got a big focus on content. And we're going to use some of that content for Meta, which is going to be Facebook and Instagram. So we're going to be retargeting people that have actually been on our website with our essentially our new content that we're creating. As part of Shizzoo Media, I've also looked at creating a new podcast. And I actually recorded the first episode of this. It's called The Podcast Business Show. And it's going to be out later this year in Q3. So hopefully look out for that one. But Shizzoo Media is almost ready for launch. So we're planning to launch in April. And we're launching as unlimited video podcast editing. So we'll be essentially looking after companies who want to create a business-to-business podcast, or if you're an entrepreneur, you want to essentially improve your personal brand and you want to create a podcast, we will look after the editing and do everything else you need to create a great podcast on YouTube and Spotify. So very similar to what we've been doing with We Built This Business. One other thing we've been doing in March is we have had a look at our crypto investment. So for those of you that looked at or listened to our February update, so we invested about £5,000 in crypto. And, the market's been a little bit down. There's been a lot going on in the world in 2025 with Mr. Donald Trump causing a lot of trouble all over the place. And we're down to around £3,000, so it's not been a great investment so far. But my gut feeling is this is going to be a great long-term investment, and it will help us hedge against inflation as well. So we've actually implemented something called dollar cost averaging. And what it is we're going to be buying little bits of crypto every month for the next 5 years. So we're gradually going to be building up that portfolio. And what that does is actually hedges against drops, which in the crypto market happens a lot. It goes up, it goes down, it goes up, it goes down. So by doing dollar cost averaging, we should be essentially reducing the risk of that investment going bad. But it's a long-term investment. We're looking at taking the price in 5 years' time. So there's a long way to go. As we know with all markets, things go down and things go back up again. So we're actually recording today on the 1st of April, and tomorrow Mr. Donald Trump again has declared Liberation Day, where he's planning to roll tariffs out across the world. So around 50% of our customers are multinational businesses. So it's going to be really interesting to see what essentially happens in our business. And I will give you an update over the next couple of months if we see any changes to demand or what's going on essentially out there in the economy. So that's our update for March. If you enjoyed this podcast, if you do one thing for me, and like, follow, or subscribe to the channel on your podcast listening app, just enables us to grow the show. Thank you.